Hi y'all, my name is Sofia. I am an artist, a writer, and an art therapist living in Chicago. And today I am starting my vlog. And honestly, I'm doing it because I might feel less lonely. And I hope to share some of the things that I do to, you know, encourage other people to do their thing if that's what they want to be doing. And one of the things that has helped me a lot has been seeing other people's blogs and what they do for their company. So, anyways, I've started my own company. It's called Light and Mud. There's a story there. I'll share it later. But we will be, or I will be, providing therapeutic art services. To children, adults, and organizations, as well as selling my own artwork, which I have a lot of. So it's a lot of work, honestly. I mean, it's, I didn't realize how much really goes into it. I mean, I knew it was hard, but, so, anyways, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, what is it that I do every day? Well, I actually have the privilege to be able to do it. And so every morning I wake up, I stretch because stretching is so important. And then I take my dogs for a walk. I brush their teeth, I take care of it, I have some breakfast, and then I sit at my desk and do a million things. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about all the sort of things that I do. Okay, so one of them is really working on my website, which I've been working on for a while. Um, and it's starting from scratch, really. There's templates, I'm using squarespace.com, but it's like you have to make it look like your own brand, and you have to do all sorts of things like images and text. And I'm also, it's bilingual services that I'm providing, so todo tiene que estar en español, like literally tengo que traducir exactamente todo, so I have to translate every single thing, and it can't just be Google Translate, okay, because my mom, she'll know. Anyways, so creating like my philosophy for doing this, right? Like what kind of services I'm actually providing, what is it that I want to actually put on there. So I do want to, share my photography, share my writing, share my ceramics. And so that has led to me making an Etsy shop, which is also a lot of work because you have to photograph all your pieces, you have to edit all the pictures, right? You have to measure every piece, you have to weigh every piece, you have to write descriptions for every piece. Is a lot. And then the other side again is like drafting actual documents that people that I work with will actually see and sign, like expectations and like contracts, and drafting what the actual services might actually look like, right? And so here is where I'm saying I'll be doing therapeutic arts-based services, and some of it will be art classes, there will be meditations that I've been able to do for a while. And then actually consultations for people who might be interested in knowing about how art can help, in their work, or if you're already an artist, if you want to, consult someone about your artwork. There's all these things, right? And then all of this, literally all of this, I have to talk to a lawyer about, with. And so I've made an appointment. I'm seeing the lawyer next week. But it's just so much, And then in my day to day, I've been able to actually create artwork, all the time, right? So I do my ceramics, my photography. I made a small ceramic studio in my room. I'll make a video about that later, but I'm constantly drawing and collaging and journaling. And actually, journaling has helped me quite a lot. I started writing when I was I don't know, in 6 years old. Maybe it was around the time that I started making art, which is, yeah, what I was about 6. I asked my mom, she said 6. Um, so I've been an artist for a long time. So, and I do think that if you make art, you're an artist, period, But there's other opinions, and they're valid too. So, I am really passionate about this work because I believe that art should be accessible to everybody. Um, and I'll make a video about that later. But I do think so. I'm like moving away from art therapy. So I won't be actually doing therapy sessions or counseling sessions with anyone anymore, even if, that work has influenced what I do, right? But I do think that, and why, right? Because although clinical and healthcare like systems I think can be really helpful to some people, it can also be very harmful to some. And historically, it has been very, very harmful. And I can make a video about that too. So I'm moving away from the actual clinical side of this. And what I hope is to create a space where children and adults feel safe and comfortable to make art and express themselves. Like, that's the key, right? Like, being able to express themselves. Um, but what does that mean, right? Like, the thing is, like, art can really help us understand some things that we can't really say out loud. And for a lot of us, like since we're little, we're told that sharing how we feel isn't like helpful or productive or, just keep those things to yourself. And that's like definitely gendered and like racialized, like every culture is different, but overall, there's like this pattern of hey, you can't talk about this, or like it's disruptive, and I'll make a video about that too. But bottom line, like I think until very recently, in the last 20 years, I've seen like mental health be a trending topic, if you will, something that people are more aware about, and that's great. But in this capitalist society, it's straight up not productive to like have feelings and show them. I mean, and that's where counseling has come in, right? Like, because it's a business. So, anyways, I'm a very critical person. I'm very passionate about this work. And so, in my work, I have seen the actual implications of these systems and how they impact actual people's lives. So, that's one of the reasons I'm moving more towards like creating spaces where these things are more accessible. And this is actually based on my thesis work during grad school. And so these are the things that I found in my thesis, right? And they have very much influenced like how I've worked in the past 5 years. And I think this is where it's going. I think this is it, right? I think art can help us liberate our emotions, and by that I mean take them out of the bottle that they've been in, the chest, the drawer, the box that we've been taught to shove them in. Make meaning of those things. I mean, like, what does it mean to be angry? What does it mean to be sad? What does it mean to do this work, And then to be able to take space, right? Like allowing yourself to occupy the space that you have a right to simply because you are a person and you deserve love and dignity, Um, so that's basically a chunk of my philosophy. Like, this is what I do, this is what I believe in. Um, So yeah, if you're interested in knowing more, please stick around. My website will be up pretty soon. Yeah, it's happening. I'm doing the thing. And so yeah, well, thank you for watching this. I hope that you check out my Instagram. There's just some stuff, but I will be uploading stuff soon. But I hope that wherever you are, that you get some good rest, some good food, and have a good night. Take care. Peace.